So how do you get into that mindset? How do you help change?
So my biggest thing is if the client wants to change and is willing to do some homework, I give self-care homework. That will include waking up, and I don't care what time it is, but practicing gratitude, getting your heart rate above 160 in the first 10 minutes of waking up, hydrating. So when you get your heart rate above 160 and you hold it for like 2 minutes, you basically get like 10 times the amount of endorphins that you would get if you worked out at any time. So if you start your day like that, right, you snowball into an even better day.
I'm excited to try that tomorrow.
Yes, I'll show you my move.
Yeah. I was just going to do some jumping jacks.
Yeah, it's similar to jumping jacks. What I do the yogi shuffle, and it's because you wake up your heart space. You put all of your energy into your heart space. So you like put your arms up like this, and then you shuffle your feet.
Okay, so woo.
It's like, yeah.
Can you say woo if you want?
Of course. You know, when you're working out or you're doing it and you smile, it's just going to make it so much better.
Yeah.
Right? You have a physiological change there. I didn't believe that until I was pushing iron.
And do you, one of the things I like to do is like chug water at the beginning because it helps the blood flow. It gets in your system.
In your organs and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I start my day usually with lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. Yep. Just to help with that healthy gut because it's like your second brain, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of neurons in your stomach.
Yeah, and in your heart.
Yeah.
Which brings us to heart math.
Yeah,
right?
And I actually haven't heard about the neurons in your heart until you brought it up. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So I'm also a heart math coach. So I will, for my clients that deal with anxiety and some of those other things like most of us do, right? Mm-hmm. It's a 3-step breathing technique that takes about 4 minutes. And basically you create a coherence between your heart and your brain. And when you do that, you feel lighter, you feel better.
This coherence, what do you mean by that? Like it's synchronized?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So normally, when you're in like a state of a depleting emotion, any other emotion like anger, frustration, stress, overwhelm, all that, your heart rate is going to be going at a very rapid rate. But when you're in coherence, it's long and loopy.
Okay.
And so I have this little monitor that you can come over to the office and try. Yes. And I'll walk you through those steps and you'll see. What I love about this is you don't need the monitor to do the activity, but when you're learning it, in order, so many of us, we need to see something before we believe it. And so for me, when you start it and you get to see this monitor, it reinforces what it feels like to be in a coherent state. And then you're able to change that channel at any time.
Nice. So that you kind of build that muscle to be able to control that a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Nice. I need to build that muscle sometimes.
Perfect.
Not sometimes, all the time.
Yeah. Well, like I think I told you this, but after 3 days of doing it for 3.5 minutes, you make a solid connection. And then from there, you can jump in within just a few seconds and reach coherence. And it's really powerful.
For sure.
This is a show where we have real conversations with the business owners and entrepreneurs here in Colorado Springs, doing things in the community of Colorado Springs.